Yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
What we got? What we got? What we got?
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Let's go 14. Let's go double count right here. Double count. Wide. Get wide. You go take. Good job right there. Good job right there. You go take.
Wilson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up first and goal at the 5. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memory.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Looking to throw on second down. Wilson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Eli Apple.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Murray, a quick throw out to Kirk. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll be a loss of a yard, and all of a sudden here, it's third down.
We got three, fellas, we got 3.
Throwing is Murray on third down. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. and it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him, but whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The linebacker, Jordan Hicks, flying in there for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Here's Wilson to throw. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Chandler Jones, one of the best athletes to ever come out of Rochester, New York, in for the sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
36 power. Good job right there.
Here's Wilson. That one going to be complete to David Moore. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Back deep, Patrick Peterson. Gets it away, and I don't think Peterson will get a chance to touch this one, angling for the sideline.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 20-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. On 2nd down, Eckler. And spins away. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Open man is Kirk, complete. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That good for 19 and a 1st down. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things
Yeah,
off.
I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals first down as well. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And now he'll tuck it and run. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's put that team on the bus. Go. Let's go right here.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Cardinals 7, Seahawks nothing.
Mike, 55.
From the 29, Murray. He'll get this to Eckler. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Austin Eckler with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. Here the Cardinals push further out in front. Extra point splits the uprights. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. On 2nd and 7, Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up near the 42. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Seahawks have picked it up.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Now Eckler. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. Now that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 15-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On first down, Carson. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, first down Seahawks. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now Wilson, this complete to Lockett. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15.
Tighten up.
Here's Carson. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. He's got it. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Penny will try to punch it in. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. 2nd and goal from the 1.
58, right over there. Run pass. Good job right there. Watch the curl. Switch it. Come on, switch it, guys. 4 down. No.
Throwing is Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf. his 9th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
To throw again on second down. Murray looking deep downfield. He's got a man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Flush to his right. This is caught inside the 15. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
28 more yards. That's another Cardinals first down. First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Right there in the middle. 55. Too low. Cut block. Slam.
Throwing on first down is Murray, escaping the pressure right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And his kick here is good. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire half.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Throwing on second down. Wilson. Flushed out right. And now he's going to use his legs. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Go, guys, slow down, slow down. 43.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a fourth pick of the game. And now fourth down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. They're going on fourth down. It's Wilson. And this is caught. He hits more. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Push him back. Alert, 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 alert.
From the shotgun, Wilson. That's going to be caught. Give him 32 on the play. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Wilson will throw again. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson, his second touchdown of the night, as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13.
Let's go.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. On the ground, it's Eckler, and able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, Hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Buddy up. Mike 55. Mike 55. Okay.
Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
He's crazy. He's checking. Look. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Kill.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side, but how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, if you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
They run it with Carson, and he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's second down.
No gain on the play. Second and 10.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
Hey, defense, let's go. Shit. Hey, alert.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And he's got Lockett. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Wilson now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. Wilson leaves this one with Penning. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. The tackle there by Patrick Peterson.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
We got double up. Press down. Hey, guys, listen. Hey, 0.
On second and 9. Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Now it's Carson, and he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They run again with Carson. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. It appears he'll be a few inches short, so 9 yards on the gain officially, and it'll be 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
36 power. 43's the mic. 43's the mic. Get him! Get him! Get him! 43! Mike's 43! No, 14. Start!
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Second down, Murray sets to throw. Completes it to Aguilar. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal 1st down. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A Cardinal 1st down on a gain of 13.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. Not here. Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Murray now on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And this is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. can't get rid of it. He's taken down. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long.
Go!
Murray with a 3rd and long. Find his running back. It's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 44-yard line. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw is Murray. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. It's a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep when you catch him close to the spot.
A running play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Murray's going to look to throw this thing. That's going to be caught by Kirk. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Steps away to his left. Now he'll pull it down, and he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Parks.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal 1st down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire 2nd half, but their 1st half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the 1st half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the 2nd half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for the Cards, they're setting themselves up as a major contenders. They move to 8-1 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL.